So this is our lovely little potato. Isn't it cute? It's precious. So what we're going to do is we just want to clean it up. Come in. Don't discard this because we can still use it for regular chops. And then I'm just going to come in. You notice when I cutting anything larger, too tall, my tip hits the board first, and then I apply the pressure and bring it down. So once I've gotten this little tip down, and then I bring it down. And all I'm doing is just squaring this off. Whole point of this is not to take too much off of the product. We just want to square it off. Everyone see that? So you can see how I can pretty much just roll it and it's basically a cube. All right, now here's where it starts to get real fun. I'll cut this clear in half. Put one side over here. I can tell that I've got a little bit of a hump dilly. So take care of that. There we go. And then I'm going to go in half again. 2 large style bayonets. I'm going to half it again. Everyone sees? Again, right down the middle. And again. Everyone see that? No? You just say, can you move the bowl? All right, so these would be our pieces, okay? Repeat it again. Huh? Exactly. A bayonet that is basically what a French fry is a bayonet. So then if I wanted to make these smaller, we again just keep going. And here's the trick though. It's not just cutting them in half, you have to cube them. They have to become a cube. So if you just split them in half, they're a rectangle at that point. You have to square them off so that we get these nice pieces. And then from this, I would be able to see that?
See that?
So that would be my small dice, this right here. They're nice, small, they're all uniformed. That's what we're looking for. Put that right into my water. And again, don't forget to have your water, because that's what's going to keep them from oxidizing and getting all weird and funky on you. And if I were to do a medium dice, I wouldn't divide them one more time. This would be where I would stop, where I have these nice sizes, and then I would come in and get my uniform pieces. Okay? Do it one more time. What you're looking for, some nice uniform pieces. Drop those right back into your water. Clear your board. Wipe off the starch off your knife. Go again. Everyone has that. So we've done small and medium. Obviously large would be just cubing this out one set, meaning cutting it in half and then taking each of those 2 pieces and folding them and getting 4 pieces. Once we have 4 wedge, I would dice those up, and that would be my large dice. I don't need the large dice for our recipe because it's just gonna So we're just gonna focus on, I'll do one and then I can just discard it. So really, it's about like so. And they're just large chunk pieces. That's really all it is. Put that aside so I can break that down again. So what we're gonna want to focus on is, for tonight, is going through and getting your French fry pieces, size bayonets. We want to focus on doing medium and small for tonight because those are gonna cook up evenly for what we need to do. And the good thing about this is that as you keep going, you can even go from here and do flat pieces, like so. Stack them on top of each other. Do it again. And then these would be juliennes. From this, we could gather all these up. And get these really fine small pieces. That would be a brunoise. Okay. Any questions so far? I'm going to stop there so that you can go do this demo out and then we can move on to the next. So again, for you guys, I want you to focus on cutting your potato into your matchsticks, small and medium, and then getting the actual cube dice. Okay, so go and do that.
You sure for that boxer?
And I'm sorry?
That boxer container.
That's right in the dry storage. Right when you walk into dry storage, you're going to see a box with this, a picture of this container on it. Just open it up.
All right, got it.
So, and when you're done cutting that all up, take the scraps, just do a regular chop, just chop them up and then get them in your water. Alright, and since we don't want to waste our scraps, we're going to then take all of our scraps that we have, we're just going to chop them up so that we can cook them down with the rest of our product and we're not wasting out anything. Make sure we utilize every part of the potato, especially since this is going to be used for a latkes cake and it's going to get boiled up and then roughly mashed so that we still have some irregular large pieces. mixed in with the rest of our crudité. And again, don't forget, it's really important to put your potato in water as you're chopping it. It is going to keep it fresher longer. It's going to keep it from oxidizing and rusting out. It's also going to help dissipate and have a lot of the excess starch seep out of it. And we want that starch to get out of there because it's going to really slow things down. It really can cause a really, if it's too starchy, can affect the overall cook time. So the water really helps to kind of crispen it up, sap out a lot of the excess starch. You guys see that? All of the starch starts to cloud out the water. That means that it's working. Getting all those excess starches out. Okay, and then when we come back, I'm going to start on our carrot. After, you need to make sure that you have went ahead and peeled your carrot, and depending on the size of it, you should cut it in half so that we can use 2 pieces for 2 different applications. And then once you have that peel, go ahead and get it in some water, and that's going to keep it fresher longer. You want to go ahead and peel your onion. Just get the outer layer skin off. Make sure that when you have cut this in half, because we only need half of the onion, when you cut this in half, that you leave the bulb attached. This is going to make it easier for you to control it, and you can go ahead and clear away the bulb tip. You will not need that. Go ahead and have that ready. You will not need water for that because that will actually waterlog your product. Then you need to get your celery. I peel my celery, if you guys can see that. The hair filaments on celery can make for a really unenjoyable chew. So by clearing that outer skin, that darker skin, which is this right here, we're taking a lot of that ugly imperfections from growing out. It has a more cleaner presentation, and it is easy for us to work with. That you'll find out that when you're cutting this on a bias, you're gonna realize that it's a lot easier to handle. So this is important. Get these ready, and you'll need water for that as well. Ice water, actually, because we want to make sure that they stay crisp, and ice water is what helps with that. So get those components ready to go, and we'll move on with the next half of our video.